What is going on, guys? My name is Jay, and yeah, I'm back with another Let's Play episode. I know it's been a while, guys, but you know, I've had a lot of stuff to do. I've been really busy, so I just haven't managed to get one out. At the end of the day, I do this for a hobby, so I can't exactly get them out all the time because, you know, sometimes I've got to do other stuff. But I thought I'd bring you a quick update video because I didn't want to leave it too long after the last one. I know it's already been quite a while, so I just basically wanted to get an update out for you and let you know what's going on. I've actually built something pretty special for this episode, so I'll be showing you that. And I'll be giving you a bit of an overview of things that have changed in the world. And the only problem with that is I can't really remember what I showed you last time. I think I showed you the sheep last time. Yeah, I've still been breeding a few sheep. So I will be working on my wolf farm soon. Decided to cover my stone place in vines because I thought that looked pretty awesome. And as you can probably see on the side of my screen, there is my melon farm. And I'm trying not to turn too much because it's got something attached to it. And that's what I'm going to be showing you this episode. So yeah, there's not a lot of change in the actual main building since last time. Like I say, I can't really remember what there was last time, but I'm pretty sure much hasn't changed. This is the big thing that I've changed this time. As you can see, I'm just going to turn that music down. Yeah, as you can see, it's it keeps in with the style of the melon farm. And I didn't want it looking too out of the ordinary, which is why I kept it with the same look as the melon farm, with the half slabs and stuff. And for some reason this doesn't seem to be going down. Right, that seems to have sorted it. So yeah, like I say, I wanted to keep it same sort of style as this, which is why I've used like the half slabs to cut in and basically make it blend in as much as possible. I think I've done a pretty nice job of keeping it similar style to the other one. And what this is it's a farm with a growth tracker. So if you didn't know, each piece of crop's got 8 stages of growth, including the planting. So the planting will be the first stage. Then grows again, and then grows twice more, I think, or 3 times more for the 8 stages of growth. And yeah, this is just a display to show me what stage of growth it's at. So I can just come out my house and I can clearly see that it's in the 5th stage. So from that I can sort of guess how long it's going to take for it to finish. And it's just basically so I don't actually have to go and check on my crop. I can just have a quick look from the outside. So, as it's only measuring one piece, it's not 100% accurate. Like it's sort of, because as you can see, there's quite a bit of randomness in the growth. But with just the one piece, it shows me that when it's full, there's a good chance most of the stuff in here is going to be full. So I can just come in here, hit this lever, which will open up some pistons, and that'll sweep basically all of this crop down. So I'm going to give you a quick display of what it'd do, even though it's not finished basically. So if this was at 8, I'd come in here, head up the middle here, and for some reason this has got a proper greenhouse feeling to it, which fits in nicely. I think it works well. You'd hit this switch here, this would open up, and you just basically wait down here for them all to be swept to the bottom, and then just basically run along and collect all your crop and seeds. Obviously there isn't much crop because I didn't let it grow fully, but this would all just be full of crop if I'd let it grow. And then head along here and shut it off. and then you just walk along here planting all your seeds again. Reason I've used half slabs here is because I can creep over them without jumping, and that'll let me get on and off the soil without causing any damage, so I haven't got to worry about hoeing the soil again before I plant it. And then once that's done, I would come outside here, hit this button, which is the reset button. All those would close over, and then I would plant it again to activate the first stage of growth. So if I just update this to simulate what happens, as you can see, every time there's an update, next piece of the tracker comes into play, and then eventually it will get to number 8, which is one more. So that's when I know that the growth in there should be complete. And then when I hit this button, as you can see, they all reset. So it's a pretty nifty device, and I can't really show you the workings of it very well because unfortunately it's all pretty hidden under the soil and stuff, which was because I needed to fit the farm in. But luckily I did do some testing in a world before, so I'm going to go over to that world now and basically show you how this works. This is a design that I found on YouTube for basically the same thing, and although I did come up with the idea myself when I was just chilling out, I came up with the idea and thought, oh, that'd be pretty neat to put into the game. I did a quick YouTube search, and well, I'm going to say unfortunately, but I suppose it's not really unfortunately, someone had actually already made a system, and although their system was really good, it was a bit bigger than mine, and I understand why they had to do it, because they wanted each flow next to each other, and it can't really be done with the way I've done it. It was just a bit too bulky for me, and the bud switch they'd used was too bulky, and there was just a few little things which could be compacted basically, so I went ahead and did that and came up with my design. But yeah, this is the system. This is basically the same as mine, and there will be a link to this guy's channel in the description, because like I say, although I didn't steal his idea, I actually had the idea myself. He had already done it, so fair play to him. And I did use his counter, like I say, so there'll be a link in the description to his video. But yeah, this is the counter that I basically used, and what it is, it's a 1-tick pulser which runs alongside a set of pistons in the ground with sand on top, and then there's a constant power next to the first block where the piston raises it up, and that's set to a 1-tick delay. So basically what happens is when this gets a pulse, they all get a 1-tick pulse and lift up, and when the power passes into the sand block that's been lifted up, it basically keeps the repeater powered and lights up the next repeater, and then when you hit it again, it'll keep the next block powered, and that'll keep the next piston up. So to carry that on, all you have to do is put repeaters in between the sand blocks set to 1-tick delay, and it'll carry on. And then to reset it, you just turn off the permanent power source, which is this torch here going to the first repeater, and it'll lower them all. So the main thing to remember with this is you have to have 1-tick delay in between each block, and that's what makes it work. So awesome counter, props for that. It's really compact, it's better than the linked RS Nor ones I was using, so I decided to use that. And it's obviously longer for mine because there's 8 stages of growth. And another thing to say is to draw the power off this block. So obviously this is a counter. If you want it to display something at each stage, all you'd do is, oh, 2 seconds, is you'd have blocks coming off next to the sand blocks with dust on them like that, and say this is your display. Every time it gets a signal, it will send power to your output, because the repeater is passing into this block, and that's lighting this redstone line here. So forth and so on. And that's basically the principle of how I get power to these, but these are inverted. So next to this block here, there is a wall block and a torch on the back of it, which is powering the piston, because we want it up by default, because we don't want the lava showing. So that's basically how it works. And I just set this up quickly to show that every time it gets a pulse, it does appear. And obviously it doesn't use a pulse, it uses a bud switch, but I'm not really going to show that this time because I think it'd make the episode a bit long. If you do want a separate tutorial on the system that I've got in my world, which is basically this system, which is really compact, and it also uses a RS NOR as a counter and has a reset line, whereas this one doesn't. Well, it does, but yeah, it doesn't really. I can't be asked to explain, but the reset is slightly different to this because it was basically more compact. So yeah. So if you want a full tutorial on how this works and how to build it, let me know and I'll build that. And yeah, this was more or less just an update video, just saying that I'm still alive basically, and I'll still be making these videos in my spare time. So until next time guys, I'll see you later. Peace.